The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with all of your friends. It is Wednesday night, only a couple of hairs past 10 p.m., and you have been granted access to the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of The Ravens Flock. So, whether you're a friend or your fiend, boy, girl, or in between, you are tuned in to a brand new episode of The Black Files.
That's right, folks. We're tuned in and we're close to the end of... It's amazing how we're coming to the end of winter season, and yet the seasons decide to throw us some more cold weather to wrap us up. How appropriate.
This isn't appropriate. It's wrong. Fucking the weather's not supposed to be like this. What's wrong with you?
Oh, this is what happens when you question the wisdom of Puxatawny Phil, Juan.
I didn't question it.
See, he's questioning it right now. Heretic.
Yeah.
The fact that Phil was actually right this time is hysterical.
Yeah. And the fact that I actually know where Phil's from, unlike Jose, who thought it was a Canadian thing from Pennsylvania.
Nobody remembers from what we discussed a month ago, Juan. I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember. I think
Angel, do you remember?
Else.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm
Yes.
Oh, yeah? Well, not everybody remembers. Angel, you don't remember, right?
The only thing I remember when I wake up is the Montreal screw job. It haunts my dreams, buries my nightmares.
That was
Perfect.
1997, and you weren't here then. How can you remember something you weren't here for?
Spiritually pressing to understand the matters.
Yeah, Juan. You're going to question that too?
Yes. It's part of the whole point of this show, to question things. To freaking
Imagine not unquestionably believing your friends. Here I thought he cared. I guess I was wrong.
Oh my God.
All right, Juan, go ahead.
Welcome everybody to the Black Files. I'm your host, Juan Arouse, one of the heads of the Ravens Flock, the tech guru of the team. I'm the guy who, I wasn't able to figure out what the buzzing noise was, or the what do you call it? The staticky weirdness noise that was happening with Angel's microphone. But I know for a fact that all it means is that thing is old. And Angel, sadly, is going to need to invest himself in a brand new one. But thankfully, we've got you fine folks to help us with that, I hope. And thankfully, I'm also not alone tonight. We've got our usual suspects around town. First off, let's go ahead and say hello to the lovely ladies of the Ravens Flock, cosplayers extraordinaires, and our personal Starlight Roads. Give it up for Dragonfang and Zayana Rose cosplay!
Hi, guys. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
They're back.
Yes, this is tired.
Yeah, I have to go to bed early because I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning for
But
work.
we'll be staying for the full thing.
All right. Well, you get as much rest as you can. After everything, Dragonfang and Zayana Rose, you're gonna. I hope you're buckled in, because this one's gonna be a doozy tonight. Let's also
Listen. I am buckled in because I think we just saw a meteorite outside falling, and then it fizzled out. So I'm good. I'm good.
Are we sure it was a meteorite? Are we sure it wasn't another piece of SpaceX and $19 billion literally going up in smoke? Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
Well, considering it was only 100 to 200 feet above our head.
Okay.
Sure
The
might be
problem is
meteorite.
I casted Meteor too early, and then Konami banned it.
Damn it, Angel. We talked about you controlling
You
your
rolled a
cosmic
1 and
powers.
didn't hit
You're
me,
not
sorry.
ready yet.
I know, my aim is terrible.
Angel, you were trying to call for freaking Hinotama, and you ended up casting a Meteor of Destruction, so you took damage too.
My mistake.
Yeah, so let's not forget, folks,
I rolled a nat 20 on dodging, so haha.
dorks. I love you for it. Let's not forget, of course, the host of Los Amigos Play, which is live every Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Man with a million opinions and zero apologies. The living it of the Ravens flock, a man who is so absolutely certain of his absolute certainty in his reality that he absolutely does not accept any facts to save your life. Give it up for Mr. Angel Mendez!
Hello, friends. It is good to see you all again once more. Thank you for allowing me to join you for this wonderful event. And it is usually a beautiful time and a beautiful things. And it has never been more, I have never been more happy to be here today because, yes, I am 100% certain of everything, even the things that are not true, because that's how you make them real.
Good God. Well, willing something into reality is one thing. Denying reality, is another.
But it works. That's how we do things like all that nonsense that people believe in, like justice and love, and, honor and all that nonsense.
Just because you quote Discworld doesn't mean it's true. Fuck, man.
Run the universe through the loudest image board and sieve it through the biggest troll fan, and show me an ounce of doves. Show me a molecule of trips. And yet you act as if there is some sort of law, some sort of rightness by which those things may be executed.
I want to smack you.
Angel, we're only
for how flagrantly ridiculous this is. Oh my
Angel,
Lord.
we're only 14 minutes into the show. Please don't break my brother early.
Yeah, I'll try. No promises to.
Right. And let's not forget the main man himself, the founder of the Ravens flock, executive producer and content manager of our channel, the host of Wrestle Rewind live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and the host of our flagship show, the Ravens flock, which is live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Give it up for Mr. Jose Casabona!
Thank you very much for that warm introduction, Juancho. Happy to be here with all my friends and all our viewers watching at home on Wednesday night, March 19th. And like I said, never ever question the wisdom, never question the knowledge, never question the power of Puxatawny Phil and his influence over winter season.
Oh my God, Jose, it's not that deep, bruh. But goddamn,
Yes.
it's fine.
No, but
yes. I was trying to remember something, and now you reminded me. Thank you, by the way. Freaking what do you call it? Angel's whole certainty, craziness, ridiculousness. I just realized Angel is living through being a quintessential Dunning-Kruger guy. So absolutely certain of his knowledge that it doesn't matter how absolutely wrong it is. Fuck. And don't tell me.
All right. You and Angel's little arguments on absolutions will have to be tabled for another time. Let me go ahead and
Absolution means forgiveness, you dope.
Yes,
Learn your
I'm
words,
forgiven
Jose.
one for being wrong all the time. There we go.
Let me go ahead and take care of the housekeeping. All right, folks. Like all of our other shows, we are simulcasting on YouTube and on Kick. So hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications. Leave your questions and comments below. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens flock, then you can absolutely join and become an inner flocker. And for $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're here to help rescue the Ravens flock from the cultures of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard, staying strong, making your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way now is the fact that we have to work 9 to 5 jobs just to keep the lights on. However, there is a way that you can help support us. There is a way that you can contribute and help break us free from these shackles of fate. All you got to do is what you've been doing this whole time. Spread the word of the Ravens flock. Share our content. Support us by liking, by commenting, both during the live stream and after the live stream. Please do that. Commenting, sharing this content, making sure that you're subscribed to us, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Make sure that the little bell is set to all, not customize, not none, all. Make sure you do that. That way you can actually get whenever we go live. That way you get alerts when we're about to go live. We need you to be on top of this stuff. I can't go into everyone's phone and make you be on top of this stuff with against your will or anything. You've got to do it yourself. For love of God, I can't be everyone's tech support. I'm not Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers. I'm not that bright, okay? He's smarter than I am. Fuck.
If you try hard enough, surely you too can become Indian, Juan. Believe in your dreams.
It's not my dream to become an Indian Canadian blogger.
Believe in your fucking dreams, or I will believe them for you.
But my dream is to be rich as a fox like him, because he got set up with a gas station and is making money hand over fist over it. But fucking, that's not the point. The point is, if you're not really all that big on commitment, that's fine. You can always support us through our Cash App, and you can support us in our PayPal tip jar. Links are in the chat right now. And, of course, what really counts is, however, the fact that we've got inner flockers in here. So keep spreading the word. Encourage everyone that you know and love who has a passion for geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between to follow us here. The more subscribers we get, the more inner flockers come out of it. And before you know it, we'll have ourselves a nice old time being financially independent. So with your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you get access to all of us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make our voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. Up in the chat, we've got folks in here. We got Nikki Bella, Kyle Canada, Ulysses Fartknocker, and the Joseph Santos are all here. The Joseph Santos saying all four of the guys in your thumbnail are the faces of the registry. Ha. The weather is very appropriate up here, says Kyle. Ulysses Fartknocker says he remembers the Alamo. Everyone should remember the Alamo. It was horrible, but it was crazy. But you should remember it.
Yeah.
The little meteorite, by the way, Zayana and Dragonfang. Kyle's asking, was it the stranded astronaut making a kamikaze jump to Earth?
No, they already got rescued. They're fine. They.
Right. No. Yeah. No.
Okay, then.
Yeah. Both of the astronauts who made it out of the ISS in one piece. They're okay.
Thank God.
Right.
Those poor people.
And let's see. And Kyle also says everything is a lie unless he says otherwise. Sounds like someone else. LOL. Yeah, no, I was about to say, I'm not going to make that kind of assumption, but Angel is at least, if nothing else, he's confident, even if he's horribly wrong, especially when it comes to this kind of madness. But what I know one thing that can beat your overwhelming confidence, Angel, and I got it in my hands.
What would that be?
Simple. The same thing that's been keeping me sane and functional all day long today, which is my tub of Glitch Energy's Glitch Fam, which is the peach apricot flavored, and that's legitimately what I have in my cup over here tonight, which is why we over here at the Ravens Flock are proud to be partnered up with our friends over at Glitch Energy. So take that, Angel. I'm using our own power against you. Not just mine.
Oh,
every Glitch partner, every everyone else who is sponsored by Glitch Energy, and everyone else who's been who's part of this awesome limited edition flavor here. So take that. We're in the freaking photo too, right down there.
Why would I be mad? You are partaking in my favorite activity.
And what is your favorite activity, Angel?
Capitalism.
Advertisements.
He just said capitalism.
I thought you were going to say blatant advertisement.
Yeah, that is part of capitalism.
Merchandising, where the real money of the movie gets made. Well, and
Schwartz.
Well, I know you live in capitalismus, even though capitalismus doesn't love you back. It's an abusive relationship, Angel, and you should dump it. But that's not.
I never asked for love. I asked for results, and he gave them to me. Do you think I do this because I want to? I'm like the guy from American Psycho, except I'm Cuban.
Cuban Psycho.
Okay,
No.
but getting back to Glitch Energy.
No, that's fine. He can be Cuban Psycho all he wants. That's okay. I'm not here to judge. That's one of the beauties of America. You can live your way without worrying about being judged by others, especially when you definitely deserve it, Angel. Well, which is why we hear, like I said, we're glad to be partnered up with Glitch Energy, whose specially formulated smart energy blend keeps you running strong all day long with zero sugar, zero carbs, zero calories, zero lag, and zero crash. And if you head to glitchenergy.com, make sure that you have yourself subscribed to their newsletter, and make sure that you keep their website bookmarked, because you never know when a new product or new flavor will drop. Isn't that right, Jose?
That is correct. So last week on the Ravens Flock, we unveiled a new Saturday on the Ravens Flock. We showed off a new flavor that was on glitchenergy.com, and that one was titled what was it called again?
Hollywood Punch. It's what I've got on screen here.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a tropical punch flavored, pretty straightforward, inspired by the streamer Hollywood 2K, and we saw what kind of content he's got. He's got it rocking. I ain't hating on anybody, so no problems there. But what's more important about Glitch Energy here, Angel? Would you say that the flavor is more important, or the transparency of their ingredients is more important to you? What do you think?
Now, normally, I would be the first guy to tell you the flavor is more important. However, for the sake of understanding the true importance of our powers, and more importantly, the existence of everything that we do here, what is important is the fact that they are having the honesty to tell you exactly what you're drinking, why you're drinking, and how you're drinking it. I'll be the last one to tell you to give a crap about the ingredients. Let's be honest. If half of that list you said crack cocaine, I still drinking. The point is that they are so confident, so incredibly bold with their work, that they are willing to actually go the extra mile to tell you, yes, you will drink this. Not just because it's good, but because you will know that it's good. I will give you the greatest power of them all. Beyond flavor, I will give you knowledge.
Ciencia es potencia. Knowledge is power. You're damn right about that. And
knowledge is flavor town.
I mean, for real. So flavor, but it doesn't hurt that this shit tastes brilliant. What's better than something that tastes good is something that tastes good and it's affordable too. So if you head over to glitchenergy.com, use this promo code here. Use this one right here on your screen right now, Flock Fuel. Use it and you'll get 20% off of your order, and that's for as big of an order as like a whole freaking mess of tubs for yourself, or if you're just wanting to get just like a freaking sample pack, and they got sample packs that you can buy. So what are you waiting for? Go to glitchenergy.com right now. Hit your favorite flavor there. Use our promo code FlockFuel and get 20% off your order today. So we want to thank Glitch Energy once again for partnering with the Ravens Flock. You guys are the best, for realsies. Oh, and you're right about one thing, Angel. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is important, and making sure that people are made aware of what is going on, not just in their lives, but in their own bodies, with the delicious shit that we help them purchase and partake in. It's important to know what you're getting, what you're putting inside yourself.
Exactly.
Which is why tonight we're actually going to be talking about someone who should be known a little bit more. So who should be at the forefront of people's minds and understand something. These are the kind of motherfuckers that are pulling the fucking strings. Yes, I'm going full Pepe Sylvia fucking conspiracy theory board all over the place. If I had a fucking actually, no, we've got whiteboards over here. Fucking hell. Where are my fucking dry erase markers? Fuck. I'll fucking do it again. I don't give a damn.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan version of the Black Files. The Black Rogan version.
Black Rogan, no. He wishes he was as intelligent as us. The guy fucking...
So you're telling me that the people that are at the forefront of all those interviews are not the ones actually doing shit?
Oh, no, it's way worse, Angel. It's way worse than that. Because half of the fucking guys that have been going on to his, onto the Joe Rogan podcast, are not only are they fucking hacks, but they're really crappy hacks at that. But it's worse than that, but because a lot of the shit that they spew do come from other ideas from other people. Let's not pretend for 5 seconds that Elon Musk, the space baby dick rocket man, has had an original thought a day in his life.
He has a lot of money, and that makes up for a lot of lack of thoughts.
I mean, literally the first actual Tesla he designed or he was a part of that he designed personally in order to make like a big deal about making it a part of Tesla is the fucking Cybertruck, and we all know how that turned out. Would you like to know?
Why is it so fucking ugly? I still can't get over that.
Would you like to know a fun fact about the damn thing? It is legitimately has been rated by multiple different vehicle safety boards and shit as the single worst vehicle in terms of safety since the Ford Pinto.
That is fascinating. I haven't seen one explode yet, except for those protests. But it would be pretty funny if it did.
Well, they actually had been explode. Like, you remember, there are people who fucking try to take those Teslas and try to get them drag racing and other crazy shit like that. You remember one fucking dope was trying to use it and was diving off one side of the road. Well, it was a really steep drag race road, and it actually flew midair and landed straight down and fucked up the freaking battery thingy. And
Wait, what?
Oh, you don't remember that? For real? You guys don't remember?
I barely remember that.
I don't.
Jose, do you remember it? I know you do, Jose, don't you?
Okay, double check with me again.
Oh my
tell
God.
me again. No, tell me again. Just tell me again, dude.
There was this dude who raced his Tesla on the street, and it was a downhill slope. It was a really super steep road, and the guy was trying to catapult his car out down the road in order to gain more fucking speed or whatever, and it ended up flat backing straight down, and it ended up fucking wrecking itself to the point where the battery, which is the main body underneath of the vehicle, had actually caught fire. You don't remember that?
I think
Yeah,
you're the
I
only
thought
one
that was another car, not a Tesla.
one. I think that you're the only one that knows.
No, that was that was a fucking Tesla.
Oh,
Street jump. There we go. That's what it fucking was. Tesla street jump. Let me fucking through Echo Park neighborhood. Yeah, that was back in 2022. I'm gonna fucking show the people at home.
No wonder. That was 3 fucking years ago. Of course, none of us are going to remember that shit.
yeah.
I remember this
I'm
shit.
with Jose
How
on
can you
this.
not?
That was a long time ago.
This is
To be
hilarious.
fair, though, it
That's
doesn't really help
far
your
away.
point if that is the biggest accident that's happened in 3 years.
Oh no, that's just one of the ones that caught my memory and is ingrained in it the deepest on there. But
Deep inside his brain,
but
where it
actually,
can never escape.
like I'll fucking show people over here.
Well, it will never go down unlike Tesla stock.
No, which truthfully, it's fucking hilarious. You know what it is? You can consider that another form of karmic justice or whatever from motherfuckers trying to kill GameStop. You remember the GameStop stonks?
I have
Yes.
never forgotten.
You never forgot those? Yeah. And you got to remember something. People were fucking with the GameStop stocks as an FU to hedge funders who were intentionally devaluing it in order to try and buy it out and wreck it from the inside out. Which is like a bullshit way to fucking make monies because it fucking wrecks a company. Yeah, GameStop ain't necessarily like, the biggest charity on earth, but at the same time, using GameStop to make yourself a cheap dollar that way was bullshit. So let me show the fine folks over here, and I'll even share the video link for the fine folks at home to watch whenever you actually want to watch the article. Ulysses saying Cybertrucks are like us, sorta. You shake us too hard, and we break down and start crying. But instead of crying, they explode. Fuck.
That tracks.
Boom! Boom!
It's actually really good. It hurts. I like that analogy.
Yeah. Hey up there, Mr. Quake. Welcome to the Black Files. We appreciate you being here. But yeah, no, I'm gonna show you guys one more time. By all means, enjoy this ridiculousness. Because I know I am, and I'm not sorry one fucking bit. Because this is too funny. and ridiculous. Now, like I said, this is from back in 2022. So,
Okay.
Do you see the angle from which this thing dove? That thing, it nearly went perpendicular to the ground as it went off.
Oh.
Holy shit!
And
Why is it so goddamn ugly?
Dumb
and what's more,
ass.
People are really stupid.
and what's more, you
Yes,
notice how
it's
the
over.
bottom here of the Tesla cars are really insanely flat. There's like no like gearing or anything else, or not even any sort of sense of like the mechanism on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because that's where the fucking it lies. That's where the battery is. So so all of this that y'all are seeing here, this big gray black spot, that's the actual battery of the Tesla. So
Damn, that's insane.
consider
That's
that thing
crazy.
fucking totaled.
That's
Consider
fucking
that thing-
outrageous.
You know, this only serves to reinforce that if you're basically a ruler of a big corporate global like business thing, you shouldn't get involved in politics. It makes you stupid.
Or perhaps
Yeah, no
doesn't
shit.
expose how stupid you always were and had never actually been under enough scrutiny for people to actually see until just then.
Well, no, I think his existence alone, like in the public light, is already like exposing his stupid, and just him being in politics, just how do I put it, exacerbates it.
You said acerbate. Anyway, no.
I said exacerbates. Fuck.
Ejaculates.
Something else.
Yeah, we heard something else.
Something totally different.
Don't. I think big boy things. Jeez. No, I'm fucking with you, Jose. But no, you're not wrong. It does exacerbate it. It does mess it up even further. But like these guys do themselves no favors, and the key to all this is not, oh hey, it's just because Elon Musk is stupid, or oh hey, it's because these people are dumb and crazy. Like, no, these guys get their ideas from someone else, from somewhere else, and lo and behold, here's the motherfucker who's behind it. Lads, ladies, friends, pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world, I would like to introduce you to a motherfucker who I want you guys to keep this guy's squirrely ass fucking face in the back of your head from now on. Because anytime you hear any super wealthy, like, tech bro billionaire and the politicians that basically live off of these guys because they're financially backed by them because they have the same interests, I want you guys to think of this fucking dude. His name is Curtis Yarvin. All right? Now, I'm gonna start off by first giving you a quick rundown about the guy, and I'm also gonna give you the interview that Jose actually managed to yank out for us, courtesy of the New York Times of all places. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this stupidity. Curtis Yarvin is a blogger, for lack of a better term. All right, he's a blogger who also, I kid you not, his pen name is Mencius Moldbug.
What?
Now,
What?
Wait, hang on a minute. Repeat. Yeah, I saw that, but repeat that again.
Mencius Moldbug.
You should have beat the fuck of a guy like that in like 2 Yakuza games ago.
I wish. I really do wish.
Listen, sometimes you are born and you realize that your destiny is to become a supervillain.
Like, I can't.
That's a terrible name.
or to become the butt end of everyone's jokes.
Yeah, somebody's villain origin. That's me right there. Listen, if I wake up with that name, if I gain awareness and that is my name, I will dedicate the rest of my life to make people miserable, even if I wasn't filthy rich. I'd be like, no, that's it. Someone's got to suffer now.
But by the way, these black and white photos, like you would be very hard pressed to find any photos of this guy in color because
Why?
this guy makes himself look like this on purpose.
Oh, okay. So he is following my advice. He's going full supervillain. Holy shit.
Okay.
Oh wow, Angel, he even looks like you with
No,
long
he
hair.
doesn't.
Okay.
Don't insult Angel like that. It's
A
terrible.
long time ago, listen, this is the reason why I shouldn't have more money than I need to pay my bills. Because if I get too much money, I wouldn't tell anybody. There
But there will be
signs.
signs.
There'd be
Yeah.
signs on there. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Go to a picture of the Death Star and then just a bunch of stormtroopers. Oh yes, there will be signs.
Lord. That name is too silly even for me. Mencius Moldbug. What the fuck?
I give up. He said.
Tesla plus Apple's new collaboration, Cybertruck Air. Ha! Fucking hell, Kyle. Thank you for that. Y'all are hilarious. I love it. Let me go ahead and rip this Band-Aid off with the Curtis Yarvin interview from the New York Times. Y'all are going to laugh at this bullshit. The interview. Curtis Yarvin says democracy is done. Powerful conservatives are listening. And so this was written out on January 18th this year. And this article is by David Marchese. Okay, so get a load of this guy. For a long time, Curtis Yarvin, a 51-year-old computer engineer, has written online about political theory and relative obscurity. His ideas were pretty extreme, that at the heart of American intellectual life, like the mainstream media and academia, have been overrun by progressive groupthink and need to be dissolved. He believes that government bureaucracy should be radically gutted, and perhaps most provocative, he argues that American democracy should be replaced by what he calls a monarchy run by what he's called a CEO. Basically, his friendlier term for a dictator. To support his arguments, Yarvin relies on what those sympathetic to his views might see as a helpful serving of historical references, and what others see as a highly distorting mix of gross oversimplification, cherry-picking, and personal interpretation presented as fact. Yeah, see what I fucking mean over here? This fucking...
So wait, are you telling me that this tech bro has opinions that are way bigger than his brain?
Worse.
Huh.
He's got opinions that are bigger than his brain, and powerful people listen to him. Powerful people are doing what he wants. Fuck.
Wonderful. Great.
But while Yarvin
So what are the
himself,
powerful people doing?
like it's fucking nuts. Well, but while Yarvis himself may still be obscure, his ideas are not. Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, remember, this was published on January 18th, just 2 days before the inauguration of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, this refers to them from before that, has alluded to Yarvin's notions of forcibly ridding American institutions of so-called wokeism. The incoming State Department official, Michael Anton, has spoken with Yarvin about how an American Caesar might be installed into power, and Yarvin also has fans in the powerful and increasingly political ranks of Silicon Valley. Mark Andreessen, the venture capitalist turned informal advisor to President-elect Donald Trump, has approvingly cited Yarvin's anti-democratic thinking. And Peter Thiel, a conservative megadonor who's invested in a tech startup of Yarvin's, has called him a powerful historian. Perhaps unsurprising, given all this, Yarvin has become a fixture of the right-wing media universe. He has been a guest on shows of Tucker Carlson and Charlie Kirk, among others. I, being the author here, have been aware of Yarvin, who mostly makes his living on Substack, for years, and was mostly interested in his work as a prime example of growing anti-democratic sentiment in particular corners of the internet. Until recently, those ideas felt fringe, but given that they are now finding an audience with some of the most powerful people in this country, Yarvin can't be so easily dismissed anymore. All right, so just that's a hell of a fucking start that David Marchese is starting up with. So just to get a pulse from you guys, your finger on the pulse. Your thoughts first off, before we get into the rest of this shit.
All right. Angel will start with you.
Honestly, I don't really have any thoughts because this is pretty much the exact thing I've seen from the beginning. Another man with too much money and too much power making dumbass decisions. Honestly, if anything, I have a question. If JD Vance has shown interest in following his incredibly dumbass ideals, why hasn't he put them into practice yet? I mean, he is already in power, isn't he?
JD Vance and Donald Trump are in power right now, but if you notice, Angel, the way that they're doing everything is so haphazard, and the way that they're trying to dismantle a lot of like these federal agencies and gut the funding from places like the Department of Education. They're doing this shit in order to weaken like the delegation that a lot of the executive branch has to do in order to make shit work. Basically, they're doing probably the dumbest thing that anyone can do when you have a large-ass system.
It's perfect, because that means that their own incompetence will mean that their pros will not come to fashion at that case. Essentially, you're telling me that the ball is running to the China shop so fast that he has no idea where it's smashing.
It doesn't have any idea where it's smashing, but the fact that this ball is smashing these fucking the rare china in the China shop of this analogy. I need stoneware. Sorry. The fact that this is happening at all is still a fucking problem. You got to remember.
That being said, though, I do have another question.
What's up?
Hang on, I got to remember the question because I got lost in the China shop analogy. Give me 1 minute here.
I got lost in it too.
You broke in the China shop.
Angel, do you want us to come back to you in a bit?
Yeah, let's get back to me in a bit because I genuinely forgot the question I was going to ask.
No
I got
worries.
distracted by China and bulls.
Ziana Rose and Dragon Fang, what about you two?
So I've never heard of this person before.
Same here.
So the fact that you say that like people are really listening, these are his ideas that they're listening to, right?
And nobody caught the attention of
Because of it.
powerful people. That's a scary thought.
And this is only a portion of what he talks about, right?
Like, that's just the summary. That's not even the actual full interview. The rest of the
That's
interviews...
just the tip of the iceberg?
Huh?
Is that just the tip of the iceberg?
That's just the tip of it. This fucking guy...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you know, this is only a tiny portion of what he talks about. Correct?
Yes, it is just a tiny portion.
So if JD Vance and whoever else is listening to this, who's to say if they're going to start listening to other things that are being said that are just probably as crazy, right?
The reason why is because they have similar ideas about government that this guy does, and they happen to like what he's saying, so they're putting his ideas into practice. Think about it.
So they're parodying. They're parodying and putting it into place.
Exactly.
There's something hilariously ironic about the fact that, by the way, I just remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
There's something darkly ironic about the fact that Trump won because of democracy. And now he's listening to a guy who basically goes, democracy doesn't work. Even though the entire reason why he's sitting on that dumbass chair is because democracy did in fact work.
Here's the thing. Democracy did work, and now he wants to get rid of it so that he doesn't have to worry about democracy anymore. I know for you, Angel, and for plenty others, it feels like it's too far-fetched. Oh, there's not enough. He can't do it that much damage. Talking about him ending democracy is way too soon. But look at the actual actions he's taken. Every single.
Yes, I also looked at all the federal judges that keep blocking the actions he tries to take.
You're right. It is. They are blocking him every step of the way.
Because they're unconstitutional.
And you're right about that. The problem is, judges don't have a way of enforcing anything.
Yeah, so they can say it all they want, but they're ignoring these orders.
Yeah.
Every time that we talk about politics, it makes me laughing sadness because I realize that it's literally it's middle school, but the middle schoolers control nukes.
No, that's completely true.
7,000 people died.
The fuck you mean, nah? Oh my god.
The fuck you mean, nah? Another war starts.
Yeah, that's actually exactly it. Fuck. Now, this is the craziest. You're right. It feels like it's too soon. It feels like there's no way because there are judges who are blocking him, and it feels like that's not gonna happen anytime soon. But at the same time, the fact that these motherfuckers are bull rushing through this stuff anyway, just leads me to believe of what they're gonna actually want to fucking do. This shit needs to be looked at. I'm actually
No, I'm not saying to put your eyes away. It is important to scrutinize that thing because judges cannot change the world. The public, however, they are the ones that change the world.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right here. Let me actually.
Yeah, get off my table.
Let me actually scroll down to part of the New York Times interview, and I did leave the link for folks to read it on their own time. Let me see here. Oh God! All right, so this guy, the author of the article here, the guy who interviewed Yarvin, David Marchese. Okay, he kind of cuts to the point here, in one of the portions of the interview. So let's see. All right, then answer the question: what's so bad about democracy? To make a long story short, whether you want to call Washington, Lincoln, and FDR "quote-unquote" dictators, this obvious word, they were basically national CEOs, and they were running the government like a company from the top down. Let's see here. So why is democracy so bad? It's not even that democracy is bad, it's just that it's very weak. And the fact that it's very weak is easily seen by the fact that the very unpopular policies like mass immigration persist despite strong majorities being against them. So the question of is democracy good or bad is, I think, a secondary question to... Hold on, fucking where to go? There we go. Secondary question to, is it what we actually have? When you say to a New York Times reader, democracy is bad, they're a little bit shocked. But when you say to them, politics is bad or even populism is bad, they're like, of course, these are horrible things. So when you want to say democracy is not a good system of government, just bridge that immediately to saying populism is not a good system of government, and you'll be like, yes, of course, actually policy and laws should be set by wise experts and people in the courts and lawyers and professors. Then you'll realize that what you're actually endorsing is aristocracy rather than democracy. It's probably overstated the extent to which you and JD Vance are friends. It's definitely overstated. But he has mentioned you by name publicly and referred to, quote, de-wokification ideas that are very similar to yours. You've been on Michael Anton's podcast talking with him about how to install an American Caesar. Peter Thiel has said you're an interesting thinker. So let's say people in positions of power said to you, we're going to do the Curtis Yarvin thing. What are the steps they would take to change American democracy into something like a monarchy? My honest answer would have to be, it's not exactly time for that yet. No one should be reading this panicking, thinking I'm about to be installed as America's secret dictator. I don't even think I'm even going to the inauguration. Were you, like, first off, wait, where in this question did, Parcheesi insinuate that Yarvin was going to be the fucking secret installed?
It is implied implications by Vlad the Implier, that guy from Wallachia. I heard he was cool.
Yeah, no, like, it's not even in there. Like, it's not, like, that's not even fucking, like, where does this even fucking come from? Like, no, he's not, no one's fucking saying that you're the one going to...
Sounds like he's trying to cover his bases.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Good grief, man. Like, this fucking guy. Do you think you're maybe overstating the inefficacy of a president? You could point to the repeal of Roe as something that's directly attributable to Donald Trump being president. One could argue that the COVID response was attributable to Donald Trump being president. Certainly, many things about COVID were different because Donald Trump was president. I'll tell you a funny story. Sure, at risk of bringing my children into the media, in 2016, my children were going to a Chichi Progressive Mandarin Immersion School in San Francisco. Wait. You sent your kids to a Chi-Chi progressive school? I'm laughing. Of course, Mandarin immersion. Okay, what the fuck, dude? When the rubber hits the road, you can't isolate children from the road. No, from the world, right? At the time, my late wife and I adopted the simple expedient of not talking about politics in front of the children. But of course, everyone's talking about it at school, and my son comes home, and he has this very concrete question. He's like, Pop, when Donald Trump builds a wall around the country, how are we going to be able to go to the beach? I'm like, wow, you really took him literally. Everybody else...
Wait, isn't that one of those posts of, and then my child told to me and says something that children would never actually say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like. It feels very, very blatant. And then my child looked at me and said, democracy is saved. And everybody clapped. And the old man screamed the N-word and left the restaurant. Like, come on, dude.
Why is anyone buying this guy's bullshit? Fucking why?
Holy crap. This is hilarious. Keep going.
Oh, God. Do I have
We're
to?
very invested.
No,
Yes,
please keep
please,
going. I want to
please
see
keep
how much
going.
more dumbass this gets.
Oh,
Go for it.
Okay, okay. I'll get into it. It's all Sheldon mom's fault? God, what the hell, Mr. Quake? What does Sheldon's mom have to do with anything?
Well, you know what? It's from the Big Bang Theory, and that show collectively made the world a worse place just by existing. So, that may be the reason.
Well, that's true. That's
Yeah.
He's got.
All right, Juan, keep going. Don't.
All right.
Let's keep this going.
So let's see here. All right. So yeah, we're back in the article. So I'm like, wow, you really took him literally. Everybody else is taking him literally, but you really took him literally. And I'm like, if you see anything in the real world around you over the next 4 years that changes as a result of this election, I'll be surprised. God almighty, fucking black and white. In one of your recent newsletters, you refer to notice this. Hold on. You see this shit? Hold on. He didn't actually fucking answer the fucking question on this.
Of course he didn't. Why would he?
Deflecting.
You just brought
he
up a
danced
fucking thing
around
like,
it.
oh, people take Trump literally. Like, that has nothing to do with the question, bitch.
Yeah,
He
and besides,
danced around it.
everybody takes politicians literally until their actions reflect what their actual words do. So that is a running gag, but it's a very clear case of deflection of, no, just because Trump did, that he was going to say X, Y, and Z, and people expect him to, and people go, well, yeah, we expect that of every politician. Now answer the question, and he just completely derails into a completely different, he's always talking about hypotheticals. You notice that?
He's always talking about hypotheticals, and rather than answering the question directly, he deflects it and then he redirects it into trying to shift the attention to something else.
Motherfucker just he grabbed Mr. Fantastic and Marvel Rivals, just bouncing off everything.
Oh dear God!
Just dances around the question.
What a fucking mess! God.
As expected. No, well, that he's behaving exactly like a tech bro, not a goddamn straight answering site. Only hypotheticals.
See, this
More like he's behaving more like a politician.
for someone who
True.
doesn't think that he's a bigwig or a political type. Fucking bullshit. Bull fucking shit.
I mean, we always knew that rich people got their hands in politics because politics benefit rich people, and they are invested in making sure that they work for them. This one is not even being subtle about it.
It's not like it's fucking painful and it's disgusting and stupid. What the fuck? Let me see here. In one of your recent newsletters, you've referred to JD Vance as a normie. What do you mean? Laughs.
A what now?
A normie.
Oh my God, he's using that language. We gotta get this guy out of here.
God, why?
Yeah, he fucking went there. The thing that I admire about Vance is that, and that's really remarkable about him as a leader, is that he contains within him all kinds of Americans. His ability to connect with flyover Americans in the world that he came from is great. But the other thing that's neat about it is that he went to Yale Law School, so he's so he's a fluent speaker of the language of the New York Times, which you cannot say about Donald Trump. And one of the things that I believe strongly that I haven't touched on is that it's utterly essential for anything like an American monarchy to be the president of all Americans. The new administration could do a much better job of reaching out to progressive Americans and not demonizing them and saying, hey, you want to make this country a better place? I feel like you've been misinformed in some ways. You're not a bad person. This is like 10 to 20% of Americans. This is a lot of people, the NPR class. They're not evil people. They're human beings. We're all human beings, and human beings can't support bad regimes. Are you like, bitch, what the
What?
Wait, that entire comment made no goddamn sense. What do you mean, president of all Americans? By default, you are the president. If you're the president, you are the president of all Americans, even if they don't like you. Even the ones that don't like you have no choice but to accept the fact that you are their president. What the fuck is he saying?
I don't know what's more stupid, the fact that he said it or the fact that the interviewer just kept going and didn't even stop, pause to question.
I think the interview just kept on trying to clarify. He's like, if I keep asking questions, this sentence will go just fly into Ohio and land in Utah.
No, it's such bullshit because, like, we're not talking, like, Vance isn't the one who's president. He's vice president.
Yeah, like
Literally.
he's influential, but I don't think he's calling the shots.
No,
That's
he's
Trump's
really
work right
not.
now.
Especially not right now with how the government's actually organized, with basically Donald Trump and Elon Musk doing the bulwark and everything, and maybe JD Vance is on Twitter arguing with people. You'd think that Musk would be the one who'd be spending most of his time trying to argue with people, and JD Vance and Musk would be, and JD Vance and Trump would be the ones who would be trying to do the work shit. What the fuck?
The world is full of surprises.
No, it's fucking ridiculous. And you see like this little waftly fucking wavy way of trying to talk about this shit that Curtis Yarvin does. And you notice it because he doesn't fucking like attack himself to the point. He detaches himself from the shit that he talks about, so that he comes off as like above the fray, so that he comes off as above and beyond all this political things. Like, oh no, I just think that, democracy is a failure. We should just have
I just think that the one reason why I can even talk about this right now is not working anymore.
Fucking seriously, this dope.
It's so hilariously blatant how stupid this guy is, because this is what once again, this is why tech bros should not go into politics, because you spend your entire life studying how machines work. You start thinking everything works like a machine. If I press enough buttons, I'm gonna get the exact. People are not like that. People are irrational fucking animals and pretending to understand. Let me put it this way: a zookeeper would have more sensible opinions on politics than a technician, than a tech bro, because they understand animals instead of trying to understand code.
Now,
Yeah.
okay, so trying to get a straight fucking answer out of this guy, obviously it's not happening.
They just like trying to program code.
Why? I hate that. Why, like, you're giving me PTSD of when I was trying to do web design and learning codes and stuff on like Macromedia Flash and shit. And yeah,
You think this guy runs on Java?
oh please let him run on Java. That way I can crash it.
I mean, I'm not getting a straight answer. Nothing he says makes any sense. His sentences are connected in weird ways. He alludes to a lot of ominous shit. That's Java in a nutshell.
You're oh my god, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't. Please stop. Can I stop being right for 5 minutes? It's getting depressing.
Like, how do you think I feel? Matthew Coburn was saying, by the way, hey up, Matthew Coburn, welcome to the Black Files. When can we start de-a-holification?
Never.
That's a good question.
That's a very
Impossible. The only successful politicians are assholes, because those are the only ones that have the balls to do whatever it takes to get to the top.
Like, this is the fucking thing that gets me with this guy. Let me see. I'm actually getting back one more time on the interview because this part's bullshit and it's so fucked up. There was reporting from in 2017 by BuzzFeed. They published some emails between you and right-wing provocateur Milo Yiannopoulos. You remember that guy? I'm so glad nobody remembers him anymore. Fuck this guy.
Who's that person?
Exactly. No, but no, Milo Yiannopoulos, he was the psychotic like British gay dude who basically was anti-Semitic and like fucking like super fucking racist and shit. And then he said he got cured of his gayness. And
he basically looks like a white Johnny Somali.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he paved the way for Johnny Somalians.
Yeah, he was accused of advocating for pedophilia after the emergence of several video clips where he said that having sex between 13-year-old boys and adults was perfectly consensual. As you can imagine, this completely destroyed whatever shred of a reputation he had, and he has not been seen ever since in the public eye.
Well, not in the major leagues in the public eye. He's still hanging around on like the fucking...
He still skulkers in the swampy waters of the media underworld.
Exactly. He's on fucking Rumble, which, by the way, fun fact, Rumble is owned by Peter Thiel, who, by the way, folks, like, if you ever see or look up Peter Thiel, you're going to think, oh, this guy is, he was one of the guys who founded PayPal. Oh, this guy, he seems a little more moderate than all the other tech bros. Oh, and he's also pro-LGBTQ, so, because he's a gay man himself, so surely he's got his head on right. No.
No.
Don't fall for it. for
If there's one thing you need to remember is that being pro-LGBTQ doesn't mean anything. Donald Trump is technically the first pro-LGBTQ president that we had. He actually allowed, celebrated, and attended gay pride parades. That doesn't mean shit.
It doesn't mean jack squat. And
it's performative. Everything. Remember this. Never forget this. When you go look at somebody into politics, their true self is never what you're going to see. It's all masks. Masks behind another masks, and the third mask is just a big pile of money. Shaped like a face.
And that's
never trust anyone in a position of power.
Exactly. When they have the money to back it all up, to back up all that power. You got to remember, just because Peter Thiel was around and he's like the saner of the two, he still ran PayPal alongside Elon Musk. Those two dopes are cut from the same cloth. Only one is more racist than the other. And it's
rich tech bros.
That's exactly it. So fucking, and yeah, Rumble is literally like, when I took a look at Rumble before it started going batshit, and I saw like us potentially moving away from Twitch over to a different thing, Kick looked better than Rumble. And that was after a cold, hard look at this shit, because like, even though we don't get that good of numbers on Kick, we sure as shit wouldn't have been seen on Rumble. We are like the ecosystem that they have over there of the audience on Rumble would have driven us out of town with pitchforks and torches.
Yes, they were not ready to rumble.
No, they weren't.
Ha.
How dare you? But also fucking hell. Like this. I'm gonna get back in the bit of this article, but yeah, because I was because we got derailed because of Milo Yiannopoulos falling into obscurity, and fuck him, because that's what he deserves for doing pedo apologia. So fuck him. All right, let's see here. Where you talked about watching the 2016 election with Peter Thiel and referred to him as, quote, fully enlightened. What would fully enlightened have meant in that context? Fully enlightened, for me, means fully disenchanted. When a person who lives within the progressive bubble of the current year looks at the right or even the new right, what's hardest to see is that what's really shared is not a positive belief, but an absence of belief. We don't worship these same gods. We don't see the New York Times and Harvard as divinely inspired in any sense, or do not see their procedures as ones that always lead to truth and wisdom. We do not.
Is he accusing the other side of tribalism?
It's hilarious, isn't it? It's so fucking stupid. And he goes on like, we don't think the U.S. government works well. No shit, Sherlock. It's supposed to be halfway dysfunctional. It's called checks and balances. Yeah, it's a little annoying, but at least it makes sure that we don't have totalitarianism shit.
The system is not perfect, but the point is, it's not supposed to be, because people will never be perfect. The democracy works because even if you don't agree with the other side, that means you're still allowed to, you're allowed to say your opinion, just as they are about to say theirs.
See, exactly, and that's what this motherfucker doesn't like or doesn't want. Now, I'm gonna show you guys a different article here, and this is actually stems from back in September 19th of last year, because these motherfuckers who took this shit, like this weird ass backwards philosophy, and they're taking it to the nth degree, the likes of which I had never fucking seen. And I want to make something clear right now. I only found out about Curtis Yarvin because last week when we did our whole thing about Elon Musk's businesses all being like protested and tanked and lit on fire and pissed on and shattered, and Musk had to throw a hissy fit so Donald Trump fucking did a car sale and shit in order to make him feel better. Like, I wasn't looking for Yarvin. He popped up. I wasn't trying to find this shit, and it's so embarrassing, and it's one loose thread. What do you do if you pull one loose thread off of a perfectly woven canvas?
It'll slowly start to unravel.
Yeah.
This wasn't slow. It wasn't slow at all.
So it was talking, and it was like that.
What was that?
basically you just give it a little tug, and instead of it being slow, it just flew everywhere, and then you're just looking at a half-woven canvas. Is that what happened?
That's pretty much exactly it.
And you're just staring at it like, what?
Like, how did this happen? What the fuck? And yeah, Kyle in the chat was saying, if I remember correctly, Roman Caesars only evoked the role of dictator under temporary circumstances and reversed the title when its use is done. Yeah. That didn't work all that well for every Caesar. Because that's how we got Caesars becoming, fucking dictators and continuous perpetual wartime shit. I think
what the greatest part is about the Roman Empire? The fact that Caesar himself was not trying to be a dictator. He wanted to maintain the republic. And you know what happens after he died?
It became a dictatorship.
Wow.
No. Yep. After he died, his successor maintained the republic and hunted down every single person that killed him and executed them themselves. The only few that managed to escape ended up living the rest of their lives in obscurity, fearing for the sword that never came.
Oh my god, that is so much worse. Fuck.
A lot of people talk about the death of Caesar. A lot of people forget just how thoroughly backfired on everybody who attempted it.
No, it wasn't attempted. That shit worked.
Well, they succeeded. They succeeded, and then they failed more spectacularly than anybody ever could.
The task failed successfully. Or succeeded failingly?
Yeah, no, they failed. Like, the Republic of Rome still kept going after he died. In fact, his successor basically used that as a winning strategy, basically going, look at that. They killed him because they knew he was right, kind of thing.
Oh my god. God damn it. Oh my lord. No,
Ouch.
Let's get in this BBC article that I've got pulled up for you fine folks over here so we can get up in all this. And the link is in the chat over there so folks can read it as well. Like I said, this is from September 19th, 2024 by Gabriel Gatehouse. The headline on it reads, "The Crypto Bros Who Dream of Crowdfunding a New Country." You're going to love this bullshit, guys. Buckle the fuck up. Do you look at the possibility of political turbulence ahead of November's U.S. presidential election and think democracy could be in trouble? So does a group of tech entrepreneurs backed by big Silicon Valley money, and they love it. Imagine if you could choose your citizenship the same way you choose your gym membership. That's a vision of the not-too-distant future put forward by Balaji Srinivasan. Balaji, who, like Madonna, is mostly just known by his first name, is a rock star in the world of crypto, a serial tech entrepreneur and venture capitalist who believes that pretty much everything governments currently do, tech can do better. I watched Balaji outline his idea last autumn at a vast conference hall in the outskirts of Amsterdam. We start new companies like Google, we start new communities like Facebook, we start new currencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Can we start new countries, he asked, as he ambled on stage, dressed in a slightly baggy gray suit and loose tie. He looked less like a rock star, more like a middle manager in a corporate accounts department. But don't be fooled. Balaji is a former partner at the giant Silicon Valley venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz. You guys remember this fucking name, Mark Andreessen? It popped up in the Curtis Yarvin, the fucking interview. These people fucking know each other here, man. Like, he has backers with deep pockets. Alright, so there's this fucking guy, fucking Balaji Srinivasan.
Guys, I think the rich guy might be rich. I have a lot of connections. Who would have thought?
Who would have fucking thought?
Hey,
What are
Juan.
the odds?
Yeah, Juan, like, that's not something shocking. I mean...
No, I'm...
Juan,
Yes?
I gotta head out now. I'm so sorry.
Oh, damn, that was fast.
Well, it is
It's
past
11,
11 for Dragon Fang.
11:10.
Well,
That's
Dragon
okay,
Fang...
we understand. You have so much responsibility right now. I don't blame you.
Have fun.
Dragon Fang, do me a favor. Sunday, remember to take your lunch to work with you this time, okay? All right, I appreciate you leaving your food behind for me so that I could eat it for lunch at work the following day. But for fuck's sake, if you're working 7 to 7, you gotta eat, bitch. God.
Okay.
All right, Zayana, you're gonna stick around with us for a little while longer.
Yep.
All right, I appreciate that. Dragon Fang, good night. I love you. See you on Saturday, okay?
Good night, Dragon Fang.
Good night.
Oh my god. Okay, let's get back in this horse shit. Silicon Valley loves, quote, disruption. Tech startups have been disrupting traditional media for years. Now they're making inroads into other areas too. Education, finance, space travel. Imagine 1,000 different startups, each of them replacing a different legacy institution, Balaji told the audience. They exist alongside the establishment in parallel, though pulling away users, they're gaining strength until they become the new thing. If startups could replace all these different institutions, Balaji reasoned, they could replace countries too. He called his idea the network state. Startup nations. Here's how it would work.
Please, keep going. This is getting more fucking stupid by the second. It's the best. This is the best.
This is the best, worst fucking shit ever. Here's how it would work. Communities form on the internet initially around a set of shared interests or values. Then they acquire land, becoming physical countries within their own with their own laws. These would exist alongside existing nation states and eventually replace them altogether. You would choose your nationality like you choose your broadband provider. You'd become a citizen of the franchised cyber statelet of your choice. There is nothing new about corporations having undue influence in the affairs of nation states. The term banana republic derives from the fact that a U.S. company, United Fruit, effectively ruled Guatemala for decades beginning in the 1930s. Apart from owning the majority of the land, they ran the railways, the postal service, the telegraph. When the Guatemalan government tried to push back, the CIA helped United Fruit out by instigating a coup. But the network state movement appears to have greater ambitions still. It doesn't just want pliant existing governments so that companies can run their own affairs. It wants to replace governments with companies. Now you guys are gonna love where this shit's gonna
there was a game called Cyberpunk that had a few things to say about that kind of attitude about building cities.
You're not kidding. It's
right? That's just me. I may be going paranoid here, but last time I checked, just saying, not the smartest thing you could pull off.
No, not the smartest. Not the fucking smartest thing at all, man. I'm gonna skip this article over here where it's talking about from the election. Let me see. It's already been hijacked. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna skip this. I want y'all to read this. As the U.S. heads into a presidential election, remember this is in September, Gabriel Gatehouse dives back into the labyrinthine rabbit warren.
Wait, Juan, are you sharing the article on the split screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. Continue.
Of course I am. Rabbit warren of American conspiracy culture. Whilst liberals across the world worry about a possible return of Donald Trump, millions of Americans are convinced that their democracy has already been hijacked by a sinister deep state cabal. How did this happen and who is behind it? That's the story that Gabriel Gatehouse is investigating in this series of The Coming Storm, which was the, the article that we're reading right now, but in audio form. There are those who view the network state idea as a neo-colonial project that would replace elected leaders with corporate dictators acting in the interests of their shareholders. But others think it's a way of cutting through what they see as regulation-infested state of Western democracies today. Sound like a tech bro fantasy? Elements of the network state already exist. The conference in Amsterdam included tech entrepreneurs showcasing some of these, quote, startup societies. There was Cabin, a quote network city of modern villages, unquote, that has branches in the US, Portugal, and elsewhere, and Cul-de-sac, an Arizona-based community designed for remote working. Let's see here. I'm actually trying to find exactly where we've got all this madness over here from. Where is this motherfucker? Because guess who these guys had taken this idea from here? In this
boy, please tell us.
In this niche world of startup nations, Praxis had a reputation for edginess. They hosted legendary parties. People spoke of candlelit soirees and giant Manhattan loft spaces where awkward computer coders mixed with hipster models and figures from, quote, the Dark Enlightenment. People like the blogger Curtis Yarvin, who advocates a totalitarian future in which the world is ruled by corporate monarchs. His ideas are sometimes described as fascist, something he denies. Attendees would be made to sign an NDA. Journalists were generally not welcome. So these fucks are literally cribbing and meshing these ideas together. You think of like
Finally, we have finished building the Torben Nexus from the acclaimed best-selling science fiction book. Please don't build the Torben Nexus.
I can't believe it. You're actually right. You son of a bitch. Oh my
This is why. See, this is the part that makes me laugh because because you think they cannot possibly stupid enough to think this is going to work, and yes, they do. They genuinely believe that the entire public masses, who by this point have become both jaded and wary of people like them, are going to just listen to them when they go, "Don't worry, guys, I will build a better world.
I will build the Torment Nexus. Everything will be
All
right.
we gotta do is feed a few more souls to the soul-devouring machine that goes straight to Satan's crotch. What could possibly go wrong?"
Now, you guys need to understand something important. All of this, like, I've got the actual real-life connection on this shit for y'all because you see how they're talking about these little ideas for their network state fucking decentralized nation bullshit where they have these lofty names, Praxis and cul-de-sac and fucking cabin or whatever. And then it hit me. We found this shit earlier last week when we were discussing the shit with Elon Musk, specifically when we were discussing the issues of fucking SpaceX. Specifically where SpaceX is housed their launch site in Texas. Like I mentioned as we were wrapping on that episode, the town of Boca Chica, Texas, which is like literally a tiny ass little beach town right at the southernmost part, close to the beach, like close to the Rio Grande, close to the Gulf of Mexico, in that spot where SpaceX and Elon Musk has decided, hey, this is where we're going to set up our launch site for all our projects and for all our rockets and shit. And the people in Boca Chica were like, wait, what about us? Like,
What about you?
What about you?
Exactly. And with the whole promise, like, oh no, Elon Musk is going to reinvigorate your economy. You guys are going to become a booming town of prosperity and progress. They got the boom part right with all the fucking explosions. Bitch. But not the way they thought. You got to there's a video that I want people to watch on their own time. I actually need to pull it up. But while I discuss this, basically, it was like a video piece about how the people of Boca Chica are dealing with like fucking noise pollution and how fucking the downtown of Boca Chica has become a ghost town because like the supposed revitalization or whatever never came. And worse, what they ended up doing is that SpaceX and Elon Musk, they decided, hey, we're just going to take this one neighborhood and we're just going to buy it out.
Yeah.
So all our employees can just live there.
See, any idea of revitalization of a town works until you realize that if you're bringing in an unknown industry, you have to train the townspeople into actually using that industry. And instead of wasting your time with that, then why not just do it yourself?
No,
just bring your own people. Just call it a day. It's easier to just bring your own people already trained instead of actually training the people. That's also the fact that you got to question the age demographics. How many of those people are of working age in that kind of industry? How many of them are even like educated enough to learn how to build rockets? It's all about a bunch of hoopla. It basically boils down to the fact that we're going to make you a big promise, but if you don't match the exact conditions for us to actually increase your economy, your town basically becomes a glorified parking lot. This has happened countless times, unfortunately.
And if you may or may not recall, this is basically what's like the new 21st century version of company towns.
It's company towns.
Like it's literally if anyone may or may not know their history, if you don't know your history, just tell me you're American without telling me you're American.
Okay, imagine a burger.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine several burgers.
Yeah.
Okay, your town is running out of burger time, but it's okay because we're gonna bring a whole new fryer that can fry 3,000 burgers in 1 minute. I will just conveniently tell you that the reason your town is out of burgers is because there's a Walmart 5 feet away from you.
What? How did this go for burgers? What?
By the way, we're using beef tallow, but you're only getting vegetable oil. Get fucked.
Like, not even vegetable oil. You're getting the most neutral ass fucking oil. No, like, actually, no, not even edible oil. We're just gonna freaking give you baby oil to cook in. Fucking have fun with that.
Yeah, there was this one son bitch that got into trouble with the law, and he left behind like 1 million bottles of the stuff. I think you might as well use it for something else.
Oh my
no.
gosh, why did you bring it up?
I'm sorry, that's
You
on
set
me.
me up, but I slammed him down.
Oh my god, that's my fault. I set it up. It's like you said, fuck, god dang it. Like,
Keep proud. I did it because you taught me that.
Yeah, he's got you there, Juan.
I'll take it. At least you're learning something. Fuck. All right. This was a video that I shared it just now with the Ravens flock, so I'm gonna take the link and I'm gonna share it with all you fine folks here as well. It was a video piece by More Perfect Union. It's called "We Went to the Town Elon Musk Took Hostage," and I want you guys to watch this on your own time. I would like you guys very much to see from the point of view of the people who live through this shit. We want you to actually see it for yourselves, because at this point, it cannot get crazier or dumber than it is now, and I am mortified.
Educational.
Oh yeah, no, it's very education-enable, and it's just a quick little 20-minute story, like, news piece for you guys, so y'all should check it out on your own. So by all means, go right ahead and do that.
Thanks, brah.
They literally put it up, and it was from Brownsville, Texas, and Boca Chica, Texas. So that's like the municipality. So how do we know for a fact that this is happening? These guys show it, and there's even more proof that came out yesterday itself. And this is from myrgv.com. That is the local news for Rio Grande Valley in Texas. And on this one, I want to see if it'll let me zoom in a little more so I can take the article and show people better. There we go. That's better. Okay. See, this is what you need. Freaking optimization, motherfuckers. The headline on it reads...
Optimization.
Yeah. The headline on it reads, Valley lawmakers propose letting Starbase control weekday beach closures. So, and that's by Steve Clark, and this was posted yesterday, Tuesday, March 18th. The two Rio Grande Valley lawmakers have filed legislation in the 89th legislature that would effectively give Starbase, if it becomes a municipality, authority over road and beach closures related to spaceflight activities at Boca Chica. After receiving a petition in December with the legally required number of signatures, Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino Jr. was required by law to schedule a vote on the question, which is whether to legally incorporate Starbase, Texas as a Type C municipality, defined as a municipality with a population between 201 and 4,999. So they're going out of their way right now to make this happen, guys. The vote will take place as part of the May 3rd uniform election. By law, only residents of the SpaceX community at Boca Chica are allowed to vote on the question, which all but ensures its approval since they were also the petition signers. If that happens, and if Senate Bill 2188 and House Bill 4066 pass the legislature and becomes law, Cameron County will have no say over SpaceX proposals to close Boca Chica Beach and Senate House 4 for rocket, and SH4 for rocket testing, launches, or other spaceflight-related operations on weekdays from Monday 8 a.m. through Friday at noon. The county would still retain authority over closure requests on weekends, Friday noon to Monday 8 a.m., according to both bills. So, this is just, like, it seems like a small thing, but Starbase is the name of the part of Boca Chica that SpaceX took over.
It always seems like a small thing until it isn't anymore.
Until it isn't. So I might be looking like I'm fucking Looney Tunes and Cuckoo like, oh, Juan, this shit will never happen here in America. We go, it's happening!
It's happening.
It's a
Ta-da!
small, tiny town. Nobody notices those towns until suddenly the towns are not there anymore. The sad thing is, many towns are always dying by default. Like, let's not lie to ourselves. Boca Chica, if it didn't have any industry, be it tourism or, any metallurgy or any industry, it was going to die sooner than later. This is basically speeding up the process even further. But it doesn't change the fact that you're turning a whole town into a launch pad. And yes, I get it. Rockets take time to test, and yes, there will be failures in the process, but that's their city, that's their neighborhood, that's their beach. Okay, what happens if the people just decide, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the beach anyway? Are you going to arrest the entire city? Under whose authority?
Oh, that's the neat part. If with Spacetown, like a space, like Starbase, whatever the fuck, Spacetown, whatever.
Spacetown.
Like, you can tell how seriously I take those motherfuckers. Like, since they're going to become their own municipality, they're going to become their own town, they're going to set up their own police force. They're going to set up their own security on there. And you better believe the way Elon Musk runs his shit, he's going to hire the lowest bottom of the barrel. Rather, he's going to pay the least amount possible to try and get the most brutal motherfuckers he can. It's not going to be pretty.
Funny, I was under the impression that the brutal mercenaries didn't come for cheap because they know how much blood they shed. Regardless, it's incredibly fucking stupid when you think about it because, okay, let's be honest, the dude's opinion is already on the fucking ground by default. Like, what happened? Like, where is this town located exactly?
Where is it located exactly? Let's see. It's outside of Brownsville, Texas. So
Texas. Fucking Texas. The state with more guns than fucking people per square inch. And if you take, okay, let me put it this way. The second that shit resorts to violence, the second it happens, the sheer hate, see, this is why I believe that will be the one thing that he won't be able to do. Because for all the power these men wield, their power is still based on stocks, bonds, and money. And if you fuck up your reputation too badly, the money goes down. And the board of directors doesn't like it when that happens. If you genuinely go as far as to employ violence and shed American soil, blood on its own soil, oh, you are cooked, my man. Like, that is the shit that starts wars. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Yeah.
This, and by the way, this is how tiny and how fucking insanely small Boca Chica actually is. And I'm going to show you guys in the Zoom as well. Give me 5 seconds. Bleh. And, you know what? Bleh. There we go. You guys look at that.
All right, hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. It's loading.
Loading.
There it is. And Boca Chica is where your cursor is?
Uh-huh.
Small mouth. It literally translates to tiny mouth.
Right down here. And you see this fucking line over here? See this line of demarcation? That is the Mexican border. Look at how fucking close this is. This is like the end. You can walk across and find yourself in Mexico by accident if you don't pay attention.
Shit, I took a wrong step and everything turned yellow. What happened?
Oh, God damn it, Angel. Not like that.
The filter, it's all over the place. It's like a PS3 early gen game. Help!
No. Actually, it just reminded us of something funny, but I'm going to talk about it later. You keep going, Juan.
But like, yeah, no, all of this spot over here is basically taken over by SpaceX. All this in Boca Chica Village. It's fucking horrible. And of course, the beach that everyone's fighting over is on this side of Boca Chica, which is across from the state road over here. There's their orbital launch pad for SpaceX. So right next to this shit. It is literally like the ass end of nowhere, Texas.
How many people even live there to begin with? Let me look that up real quick.
And how many people live there, and now how many people live there?
Let's see. Boca Chica, Texas population is... What? That can't be right. That is way too small.
What is the number, Angel?
Let me check here. 26 residents between 1990 and 2000, and about currently only four permanent residents in two homes. Yeah, no, Boca Chica has always been ridiculously tiny. There's barely any people living there, even long before it became a space base. Like, there's barely anybody living in that location to begin with. As of 2008, only 6 people live in that actual location.
Isn't that fucking insane?
To be fair, though, this place already had a tiny amount of people long before Mox showed up. So, yeah.
It's just helped them all leave.
This place was basically a single neighborhood the size of a tiny state. It's one of the smallest locations in the area. There's just nothing there to begin with.
It's fucking bananas. But at the
For
same
once, it's
small.
not bigger in Texas.
So ironically, yes. For one, the one thing we found there is tiny in Texas. Let's see. Checking the here. Yeah, no, local economy, education system, and quality of living has always been one of the poorest in the state because there's nothing there. Ironically, Musk bringing in all the machinery didn't exacerbate the problem as much as he highlighted the problem that there was nothing in this place. This place is just kind of, it's barren. It's always been there. It still kind of sucks. Apparently, several property owners were more than happy to sell their properties to move somewhere else, but many of the others were not, noting they have made substantial improvements to their property. And the base evaluation based on the September county tax assessment valuation did not look at the specifics of the location for a full appraised evaluation. Basically, the big hoba is that some of the people are basically going, you are not offering me the value that I deserve for my property if you want it.
And they're like, well, we don't have
Good
to
for
offer
them
you
for
anything.
sticking by that.
What is the value? Nothing but dirt and tumbleweeds. Well, yeah, but those are my tumbleweeds. I raised them myself.
That one's name is Jared. I named him after the thing that happened with the subway guy.
I knew a Jerry once. I turned him into a mini fridge.
Good
The
God.
fuck? Why would you do that? I was thirsty.
My God.
Like in the chat over here, Kyle was saying a bull in a yarn shop. So we were talking about. My point history is repeating. The Joseph Santos saying, I say let them go. Political hostility makes a huge landmass like the U.S. feel crowded. These people need somewhere to go. Let's see. He then asked, I wonder if we cook with baby oil, can we really taste the baby?
That's a good question. How many babies is this? Oh, wait, hold on. Is this one of those cooking oils that claims it's made with actual babies, but then like they did not in fact use actual babies because they lie to you all the time?
It's like Girl Scout cookies. Are they made with real Girl Scouts?
Exactly. Listen, the suffering of the children is what gives the flavor. Otherwise, I might as well just go eat saltine crackers or some shit.
Oh my God, that's such a bad Addams Family joke. This is ridiculous, man.
Fortunately, just like Family Guy, it is time for me to get off the air because it's 11:30 and I gotta work tomorrow.
All right.
No worries, man.
And real quick. Sorry, Jose, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna go exactly what you were gonna say. Like, Angel, before you bounce, can you first give us your final thoughts on this subject?
Of course. To begin with, we are only finding about this now. The proliferation of social media and the age of information has ironically worked in our favor because we are finally getting to hear the unfiltered dogshit thoughts of those people that have so much money that they look at you and me and see dirt that they can throw under their feet. It is good that this information is coming out. It is good that this information is revealed publicly because the public needs to understand. And if they will not understand, then they will be forced to see the truth over and over again until they realize that the people on top do not have their best interest in mind. I almost want these fuckers to try to push their stupid goddamn reforms because that's when you remind them that the government should fear its people and not the other way around. Now, ultimately, I personally believe that no matter how many stupid things this rich dipshit says, it will ultimately not come to pass the way he wants them to because basically, as much as they are pushing shit, they know better than to rock the boat too badly. It doesn't matter how much they claim to otherwise, they know with knowledge born of knowing two things. A, the people that voted for them would like to vote for them again, and it is in their best interest to keep them that way. If they basically turn off the button on democracy, then that means you turn on the button on civil war. After all, if you give the unilateral public of the United States reason to know and believe that you don't care about them, there's no stopping them from turning on you. And more importantly, if they try to do this shit and give themselves too much power, when they inevitably lose the next election, their opponents will have that same power. This is one thing that many politicians don't seem to consider. The toys they play with will become their opponent's toys next time. That is usually the reason why so many presidents keep screwing each other over, because they keep using the exact same methods the other guy did. On the other hand, I almost want them to push, because sometimes you just want to have the public snap, so those motherfuckers can learn some consequences. Know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean here, Angel. Now, what exactly can we look forward to this coming Saturday on Los Amigos Play?
Well, last Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our good friend and leader of the Ravens flock, Mr. Jose Casabona, took us through a journey to the past, where we played the old games that didn't, in fact, quite nearly as much suck ass as I thought it would be. Glover. We got to see some interesting gameplay, some revolutionary, for its time, ideas. And I'm not going to lie, the graphics look pretty good for their time. Surprisingly good use of volumetric fog. But the past is the past and the present is now. So please join us next time at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when we go back to the past, to France in the 13th, 14th, 16th, 2005 hundreds, to once again fight the Ras, protect our beloved and precious little brother, and take home the greatest threat that the world knew at the time, the Pope, in another episode of A Plague's Tale, Innocence.
I appreciate it there, Angel. Thank you for that. And we'll see you on Saturday. We'll see
You
there.
Friends.
Get the fuck
Please take good care, all of you, and thank you for your time.
Love you, man.
All right,
Have a
man.
good night.
Have a good night.
Take care and sweet dreams. Bye.
Later, man. All right, like, while I was
And
looking...
then there were 3.
Exactly. Like, while I was looking all this stuff up, I'm gonna also go through the rest of the chat here. Let's see here. Matthew Coburn was saying, sounds like continuum of future ran by corporations, if I'm remembering right. Get things from the company store since it is still in debt to the company. Yeah, a one-horse town like an old western, only enough room for one person in town, and that is me, partner. Yeah, that's how the fucking place comes off. And yeah, no, the company towns is exactly what this shit's going for. That's what these network state Bitcoin tech bro dorks want. And it's all thanks to this motherfucker, Curtis Yarvin, because he fucking gave them the germ of the idea of, oh, well, democracy is a fucking failed experiment. We should basically have a monarchy, but let's dub it a CEO and make it a corporation of America instead. And these guys took that idea and ran with it. Fuck. Like, think about it. Like, you wouldn't actually have real money or even any uniform currency across lands, because everything would be in a crypto thing, and it will take like 9 hours for you to buy a jug of milk. And so every little every little network state, every little digital nation that these fucking guys want to make are gonna be are gonna have their own proprietary fucking fucking currency, their own proprietary rules and regulations, their own methods of enforcement, and all of that shit's gonna come down by way of them like saying, oh well, we're gonna have ourselves a CEO running this nation, running this place, and so that's how we're gonna fucking do it. I don't think I want that, motherfucker. I don't think I fucking want that shit to go down. I don't know about y'all, but that's not what I'm for.
I don't think any of us do.
Nope.
No, none of us do here. While I was looking into the stuff about Boca Chica, I went ahead and I also found this other tiny podcast over here, from the Texas Standard, which was put up on February 21st. And that was like an article that they did called Remembering Boca Chica Beach Before Elon Musk Came to Town. Destruction isn't always something physical, but it's also something done to memory. So basically this goes on to discussing Boca Chica as the little cultural spot that it was. It may have been tiny, but it belongs to the people that live there, not to the space baby Dick Rocket Man who basically came over and fucking bulldozed it. So I want people to see this shit. This needs to be brought forward. This has to be fucking brought forward, because we're not going to be able to get away with it if we don't, rather we're not going to be able to get away from it if we don't fucking make ourselves aware.
Ignoring the problem does not help. Ignoring the problem
just
only
makes
makes
it
the
worse.
problem worse.
Like,
Yep.
that's exactly it. So I'm gonna fucking even give you guys over here a Mother Jones article. For anyone who casually has fucking Yahoo News, or like if you've got like an older Gen X family member who's like fucking still using their old AOL logins for a lot of stuff, even though AOL doesn't work. Even like, I won't lie, I still have an AOL email account, but I haven't touched it in years. Then you're gonna like Mother Jones over here for you. Let me see. Oh, baby oil back ribs, freak cook-offs. Oh my god, damn it, guys! You guys took my baby oil joke and you fucking. Oh my god.
You started it.
I started it. I'm sorry. That was ridiculous of me. Oh my
Shame
god.
on you, Juan. Your punishment is that you must rub yourself with baby oil for the next 2 weeks.
Fuck that!
Why?
Zay, you're so weird. Why are you
Who say why?
just no?
You must do it, and you must do it, and you must do it, and you must live out every one of Angel's amusements, including
Oh my
sliding.
god, no.
endlessly.
No.
Hell no! I'm riding on a fucking unicycle. I am altering.
I
the
am
deal.
altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
This deal is very fair, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
He agreed to it. Anyways, move on.
No, fuck. Like, okay, the Mother Jones article here. How Musk, Trump, and your boss learned to hate democracy. And it was written by Jacob Rosenberg last week on March 12th here for you. Let's see. Like you sit in a cubicle. You stand behind a cash register. You press your knees into the ground, straining to fix a burst pipe. It is a Thursday at 11 a.m. and you are at work. Are you free? Professor Elizabeth Anderson, in her book, Private Government, How Employers Rule Our Lives and Why We Don't Talk About It, says, in a way, no. You are not in a democracy in your workplace. You're under a private government run by a dictator, your boss. The rules are set, and you, especially if you're not in a union, almost have no say. As the New Yorker noted, Anderson's idea hits on a, quote, striking American contradiction. Private government shows how, on a quote, on one hand, we are a freedom-obsessed society wary of government intrusion into our private lives, and on the other, we allow ourselves to be tyrannized by our bosses who enjoy broad powers of micromanagement and coercion. Since Elon Musk and President Donald Trump, two CEOs, took the reins of the U.S. government, I have been thinking a lot about Anderson's theory of bosses as dictators. Musk and Trump have framed a series of blatantly anti-democratic and disruptive executive branch actions as the efficient maneuverings of, quote, high IQ businessmen. The president has signed a series of executive orders that are likely illegal as he stretches the law in the name of his, quote, mandate. Musk and his legion of engineers have been dismantling the government under the righteous banner of fighting, quote, fraud. Yeah, right. If the violent January 6th riot was a seditionist insurrection, how should one describe the 2025 version of a MAGA takeover? The moves by Doge, Musk, and Trump, running roughshod over norms and Republican democracy, seem more familiar to me than armed revolt. It's downsizing. It's layoffs. It's control by one annoying guy who for some reason is richer than you and is convinced that, quote, working the weekend is a superpower. It's government run like a business, specifically a startup. The president is not a democratic leader within a system of checks and balances, but as an imperious CEO with the power to do what's needed. It's a dictator as boss and boss as dictator. I think when you consider that businesses are run by dictators, that a firm is not a democracy, it makes sense why a series of rich guys at the top of the capitalist world would think government can be run without following any laws. I called up Anderson to discuss all this. We talked about Doge, Musk, capitalism, and much else. So, what do you call it? Jacob Rosenberg, the author, is referring to Professor Elizabeth Anderson, the person that he's interviewed in here. And guess who she brings up? Guess who they bring up in all this shit?
Who?
Who do they bring up? Tell us. Don't keep us in suspense.
They bring up Curtis fucking Yarvin.
Of course they did.
Of course.
They brought up Ayn Rand up in this shit because her ideas are just fucking brilliant. Like, here we fucking go. That makes me think of the radicalization of the supposedly, quote, normal Silicon Valley types. I listened to a podcast with Mark Andreessen. There's that name again, Mark Andreessen. There's another person maybe we should look up more. He's among many rich tech people who talk about being radicalized to vote for Trump. And he didn't say it started with President Joe Biden's attack on on tech or Black Lives Matter protests. He said, quote, I was radicalized around 2012 by all the annoying kids working for me. His experience as a boss is a big part of what moved him further right. To which Professor Elizabeth Anderson says, that's exactly right. The problem that the tech bros got into is that in order to attract talented engineers for their startups, they had given them a lot of power within the firm. You attract a lot of talent that if the workers feel like they're empowered and if they're being listened to and treated with respect. But then that turned in the 2010s. At some point, the tech bros become billionaires. Then they feel miffed. The money goes to their heads. They feel like they're Superman. Why aren't people respecting them? And this is where respect means following orders, keeping your silence. It's not your place to talk back to them because look at how much richer they are than you. And they start getting pissed off. That merges with the ideology of the tech world, where there's a cult of the founder, and it turns into a dictatorial ideology. Now we have nutcases like Curtis Yarvin whispering about the benefits of monarchism. Now it's not just rulers of their company. They think they ought to be rulers of the world. You see what I fucking mean, guys?
Yeah.
Like, we might, like, Joe Schmo and Jane Schmo, like, us fucking regular-ass fucking dopey, whatever, I'm just here to have my fucking memes and my laughs and talk about my video games and my animes and my movies and my wrestling and the cosplays and voice actors being creepy pedos and Twitch thoughts being assholes and racist and all this dumb shit. Like, this fucking shit doesn't cross our minds. But it's something that we should really fucking know about. Because these are the motherfuckers who have the levers of power. They're the
Who have
ones
influence.
who have, yeah, exactly, yes, and fucking influence. I feel that goes without saying. But like, yeah, they're the motherfuckers who are literally up in the shit. And it's a fucking ridiculousness. Yeah, Matthew Koberg.
It is ridiculous. It is like they have, like, for lack of a better phrase, and pardon me for saying this, they do have a cult of personality.
Yeah.
I can't fucking believe this shit. Why are people jumping on this idea? Why? I do not understand it. I don't understand how people can go along with this. Like, yeah, sure, I'm down with the idea of being ruled by an absolute totalitarian fucking freako and not owning anything in my life. Sure, let's go ahead and in 50 years from now, we'll be in our our Amazon branded micro house with Amazon branded bed, and we're using like Amazon crypto, like Amazon coin or whatever, in order for us to buy our Amazon food. But oh wait, our boss at Amazon needs us to be productive and have like 950,000 packages put out for delivery within the next hour. We gotta go. Like, and like, I'm using Amazon as my fucking example on this because we've heard the horror stories of people working at the Amazon fulfillment centers for the fucking deliveries and all that shit, and the hell and chaos that they all have to live with, that they all have to deal with.
Yeah.
So that was just came like the most naturally to me in terms of this shit. Like, am I being too over dramatic? Am I fucking like?
No. This is, like you said, this is stuff that we need to know about, and we can't stay ignorant about it. And, you know, let me put it this way, Juancho. It would be a boring-ass nothing burger of a show if you just say this stuff, but you don't express it. If you're just saying it monotonely, and no one's going to care.
What's the point of saying it monotonally and people not caring if I'm freaking saying this stuff and there's still people who think about it and like, oh, and still don't care? That's the freaking crazy part to me. Like, that's the part where I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, where I feel
Well, that's because not everybody doesn't care. There are people who do care, And the people who care and watch you talk about this, they believe in what you're saying. They care more because you care, because you're showing that you care. God, how many times have I said care?
I don't care. Fuck. No. It's like it's fucking it's painful. It's fucking ridiculous. And I showed the interview first for the New York Times because when I glanced through it first, well, after you sent it to me, and I fucking ran through it and tried to read it, I was reading through some of this shit, and I'm like, oh my god, this fucking guy doesn't know what the hell he's babbling about. Why the hell are his ideas the ones that all these fucking guys are going for? And it's easy. It's because his ideas are the ones that are most appealing to them. And they happen to have the same idea. Hey, let's run the country like a business. It should be run like a business. Yeah, sure, okay. No weekends, no overtime pay, no health benefits, no fucking workplace safety regulation or anything like that. Yeah, sure, let's go ahead and run work like a business. Let's run America like a business. Yeah, because what could go wrong, right? Motherfuckers. How many fucking horrible fucking workplace horror stories have we heard from our friends or family or, heaven forbid, that we've had to deal with? That fucking dealt with a workplace problem where you needed to get overtime in order to help out for the fact that you were out. Like you needed to get PTO, paid time off, because you were out because you were recovering from a major surgery or some shit. And like, oh, but you don't have enough hours left unless you can't get them in your check. You're gonna be short on your money, and you get these like fucking depressing quote-unquote inspiration stories of like, oh, all these people, they came together and they helped this lady that was their coworker who was working for 25 years, and they pulled together their PTO so that she can live a normal life because she had part of her heart transplanted off of her or some shit, or like a fucking replacing a kidney or some fucking horrible car accident or some shit. Like, and we have to be like, oh, isn't that sweet? They helped her out. Like, yeah, but it shouldn't be fucking necessary. The fucking workplace ought to have fucking exceptions and fucking, understanding of that shit. But no, that's not reliable. That's not workplace culture. You're crapping on your workplace culture. That is not very on brand of you. It's like that's like why none of us really fucking rail against our fucking employers some of the time, especially us in the Ravens flock, because we gotta work for different places that involve stuff involving the government, and I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking bullshit. It is fucking bullshit. And imagine that sort of workplace frustration, and imagine that's your whole life. Just imagine it. Would you like to live like that? I sure as hell don't.
I think I would sooner drown my entire sorrows in eating freaking Boston cream donuts than anything else that could kill me.
Zay, how about you? Are you feeling particularly friendly to your workplace? Are you making the dreams happen and all this shit?
Just shove it down my gullet, man. Junk food 24/7. That'll kill me there. But anyways, yes. Ziana,
Okay, I obviously I love my teammates, my job. At least I got a good comment today. They love me. So there's that.
Oh God.
Okay, but like in a hypothetical situation.
I work for money. There you go.
Well, money's always nice, but still, like, what if you didn't work for money at all? What if you worked straight for your right to have a house? What if instead of you, like taking the whole middleman of currency out of the equation, and imagine it all being replaced with, like, in-company credits? You know, like, if you worked at a particular
Oh,
place.
hell no. Hell no.
Oh yeah, and you're not allowed to use it anywhere else except within your company. And it's not valid anywhere else except within your company.
Nope.
Now take that and imagine that for all of America. And and all of our 50 states being basically eviscerated out. So there's no actual physical like actual standing government that's elected. And imagine it all parsed out by these tiny micronation corporation fucks.
Damn.
No, that's what these fucking guys want. And I might be fucking what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? I might be extrapolating too much out of this. I might be reading too much into this shit. But this is the shit that these guys want. This is the dumb shit that Curtis Yarvin jerks himself off at night to. Like, this is the madness that this fucking guy wants. And there are people who are not only willing, but eager and excited and pleased and stimulated at this fucking idea. And they want to make it fucking happen. It's fucking insane. It's maddening. I can't be the only one. Like, I know that, with me flailing and my Lewis Blacking over here and fucking and all that and stuff, yeah, I'm being emotional about it, but this is a fucking emotional fucking problem. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty fucking emotional about losing the autonomy of my nation, of the place where I call home, and having it being wrecked out because some dope who literally one of his fucking like I said, one of his fucking alias Mencio fucking Moldbug or whatever the fuck it is. Like, yeah, I know his fucking name, Mencius Moldbug. This fucking weirdo, this fucking dope, this fucking loser of a fucking apeshit dumbass idea, man. This is the fucking guy who's basically made all this fucking shit happen. Because he just so happened to have caught the ears and hearts and minds of the worst fucking people you can think of. Fucking idiot politicians and fucking idiot tech bros. And
appealing to his ideal common denominator.
Exactly. And it fucking fries my ass. It fries my ass in the worst way, and I can't stand it. Yeah, by Philip Montgomery, this photo. By the way, I'm not fucking shitting on the photographer. It's a very nice photo, well composed, but the subject on it is a fucking gross ass human being.
He's just doing it for the money.
Until he doesn't need to worry about money anymore, because everything will be under his fucking weird ass tech bro feudalism fucking thing. Like, we won't have citizenry. We'll be like serfs.
Whoa, hold on. I'm talking about the photographer.
Oh, the photographer. Right,
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry,
Juan.
I see this fucking guy. It's an insult.
Juan, take another sip of your glitch.
Maybe I'm glitching out too hard. Maybe I have too much of my glitch fam in me. I don't know. But you're right. I should drink more. Hydrate before you dehydrate. Oh my god. No, like, it fucking fries me, and it hurts because I don't fucking understand how anyone could see these ideals, this way of thinking, and say, yeah, no, let's do that. No. Like, I would sooner go the opposite way around. I would sooner have, instead of corporations, I would sooner prefer that we would have our workplaces be like collectively owned cooperatives instead. Like, there used to be co-op fucking apartment buildings in New York City growing up. You remember that, Jose?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, I do.
Yeah, you remember seeing like the signs on the side of the buildings like co-op, and we didn't know what the fuck it meant. And then we grew up and we realized, oh shit, that's what it meant. It meant that the fucking tenants of the apartment building collectively owned it together. Yeah, they would manage it.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't fucking like fucking owned by a fucking real estate firm that's just milking them for property value and shit. No, it was upheld by the tenants, and they would pay into it each month, and it would be for essential shit. And you'd have like the apartment building manager, you'd have the supervisors, you'd have the maintenance people, and they would be in charge of maintaining it. And it would be by the fucking people, by the tenants, by the homeowners. That's how that shit ran. And for a time, it was good. It ran well. There's like almost no real existence of cooperatives anymore, of co-op properties, to say nothing about rent control. Because, oh my god, imagine if we had rent control.
That would be very nice for a lot of people.
That would be wonderful, and you'd have fucking... And, like, for home ownership, you would have, like... You would actually have fixed interest rates, which are non-invasive for the homeowners, and it would actually be a way that would make it affordable and manageable for the rest of the term of the mortgage. You know, like, it would be where, like, even if you don't have a fucking... where you would have a flexible system where you would have the, like, if there's issues where you're not able to make your mortgage payments on time, you'll, like, as long as you still have a payment and you continue paying down on the balance, and you finish the remainder of the balance by the time of the end of the mortgage term, then that's what would matter. There wouldn't be any late fee. There wouldn't be, oh, we'll foreclose on you. You fucking pay that shit. As long as you're paying, they'll take it. But no, we don't have that shit. It would be fucking nice, though, wouldn't it?
It would be, yes.
It'd be fucking brilliant, wouldn't it, Zay? Because, like, at least that way you wouldn't be stressing nearly as hard. It would actually make things more manageable, because there's going to be times where you're going to have less money than usual, and that'll make things easier for you to be able to worry about, because at the very least you'll know that you'll still have a roof over your heads. You won't be foreclosed on, right? That'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I just wish I fucking knew why. I just wish I could understand. Man. This is one of the reasons why we did this shit over here tonight, because I want people to see, and I want people to notice Curtis Yarvin. I want people to see what kind of weirdo we've got, who has...
What kind of weirdo and very dangerous person that we have.
Because this shit is an actual existential threat to our fucking way of life, to our autonomy. I mean, think about it. Fucking, like, Elon Musk is already up on the forefront of that shit. He's about to take the Starbase or whatever, gonna make it its own municipality, make it its own fucking township or whatever. And what else has he got? He's got Starlink, which is fucking satellite-based internet horse shit. And... like, he's fucking cuts off people's internet willy-nilly. He already does that. He did that to Ukraine. And so you better believe he'll do that to
while simultaneously also tanking his own reputation, because his stock is taking a huge nosedive, and he's losing a bunch of money.
Shit.
The fact that can cause him to default in some loans.
Oh, I wish he fucking defaults on his Twitter loans. I fucking wish.
You know what's so weird about Elon Musk? You know what's so weird? I actually saw a recent video clip, a short clip that was taken from an interview where the interviewer actually talked to him and actually brought to his attention about criticisms from the public, and how Elon Musk is losing money and all that stuff. And all Musk does, like, I was expecting him to get angry or get annoyed by it, but he just freaking smiles at him and he goes like, "Oh, but look at the bright side. Always look at the bright side." And I'm like,
what bright side, dumb shit?
You?
You're losing money, and he deserves it at this point, because fucking...
oh my god!
Because at this fucking point, he's doing it to himself now. So fuck him. That's what he wants. That's what he gets.
Oh, it's like part of me thinks that he's not aware of what he's doing.
No, he's aware. He just doesn't care.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
All right. Yeah, you know what? I'm tapped. This fucking oh god.
Yeah. I can understand. Zayana, I want to go ahead and get your last thoughts on this for tonight, because I know there's been like back and forth on this. I want to get
Boss?
your last thoughts on all this.
Well, again, like I said, I've never heard of that guy before, so just hearing this is like, what the fuck? I do agree though that um the fact that tech pros really should not get into politics because our reality is not the same as computer code. There are a lot more variables to it, and we are human. We are nothing like a machine. So it's honestly, I want to know if they actually believe what they're saying or if they're just spouting nonsense just to try and see if people will believe them.
It'd be wild.
You know, I'm curious about that. But yeah,
Oh,
no.
like it's a prank
It's
and they're wondering how far they could take it?
yeah. Yeah. Like, and honestly, I really don't like the word tech bros. It's just it makes my skin crawl because of the
It sounds
how
too
it's
like
referred to
alpha.
people. Yeah, I hate it. It's like, oh, you guys are ruining it. Because tech bros used to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, because it's my bro. He's also into tech and we're into tech too. It's awesome, bonding stuff.
No,
Now
I
it's
can
just like,
understand your
ew.
point. Like the term tech
Yeah.
bros just sounds too condescending and it has like a negative connotation.
Yeah, they ruined the word, sadly.
Man.
But yeah, I do agree that we do need to like pay more attention to all of this because yeah.
It's only a matter
Sorry,
of
my thoughts
time.
are like everywhere at the moment. So it's like trying to nail down everything.
I get it. I know this is a lot to bombard you with over here tonight. I'm sorry. That's not my fucking way. I don't like doing that shit, but at the same time, if I don't
And what was
present
the
the data,
guy's name again? Hey, like, what was the guy's name again?
Curtis Yarvin.
Yarvin. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the name. I'm
It
sorry.
it sounds gross too. Fuck, I get it.
It sounds easy.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Honestly, I hope I never have to hear his name again, but I doubt it.
I doubt it. I'm gonna try my best not to babble about him anytime soon, but at the same time,
Go ahead, go ahead.
like like for real. It's gonna be like that. I'm sorry.
Well, I will say
Circumstances.
one thing. During those interviews, he's definitely mastering the deflection.
You're right. Fuck, he is.
I
Oh
hate
fuck.
it. Because if there's one thing I really hate, it's like answer the damn question.
Answer the fucking
You don't have an
question.
answer, then say you don't have an answer. Don't go, oh, now I'm turning the question back to you. No, no, answer the question right now.
Like either answer or shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
I hate politics, man. I hate it.
I know. I hate it too. It's so fucking ridiculous. But unfortunately, there's a fucking.
Oh,
We're
and
living in
if
unprecedented times, and I hate it.
yeah, and he says, a monarchy is like, okay, president is not part of the monarchy, so.
Oh no, that's what he's saying. Like he wants to replace
No,
presidency
I know,
with
but saying in
like.
that case, it's not going to be president, it will be king. And you know what? The last time that we ran away from, you know, kings and queens, look what
We had a
happened.
whole war about it.
Yeah. We also had a really nice tea party.
Yeah, it was fun.
So
Fucking bastard.
people who want us to go back into that's not going to work because like I think it was Angel who said it that, the people are the power behind this. Like, yeah, yeah. And you fuck enough people up, we're not going to stand it anymore.
And
Unfortunately, that's how I really think this cookie is going to crumble, and I am not looking forward to it.
neither am I, but unfortunately, it looks like that's where we're headed, just like you said. Oh my god. I appreciate it, Zayana. Thank you for that. And like I said, I'll try not to babble about fucking Curtis Yarvin or the lunacy or anything like that. But anytime you see these tiny little incremental steps that these guys are taking, just know they're fulfilling this guy's fucking dream come true. That's where it's coming from. And that's the end result that he wants. That he thinks will be better. Because what could go wrong? Oh, like Kyle in the chat, oh my god, I just had a chaos moment over here. And Genie Rick, by the way, hey up, Genie Rick, welcome to the Black Files. We appreciate you being here. They said, hey up, everyone. Sorry for being so late. Don't apologize. It's okay. Life happens. You just be sure to watch us in the replay, Genie Rick, and be sure to check in on and comment in the chat after the stream when you watch everything and give us your take on it all. All right, and yeah, again, thank you, Zayana, because I'm so sorry, but this I was just trying to see what the fuck, where did this all come from, and then we find this. Really, this guy is the fucking mentality and messiah behind it all.
No. Don't apologize.
It's so stupid.
This is exactly what we needed to talk about. Now, I would like to give my final thoughts.
Well, you're not allowed to, because I'm the one who says where you get the final thoughts. Okay, Jose? Now, Jose, you get to give your final thoughts. And of course, Jose, of course, Jose, don't forget to also let us know when you're done what we can expect on tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind.
All right. So my final thoughts on the subject is that, this guy, Curtis Yarvin, he is a very dangerous fellow on the fact that a lot of the stuff that he's saying, his narrative, his beliefs, are all catering to people who are thinking, who are just like him, who are thinking the same as he is. As I said earlier, he is catering to a specific demographic, a specific group of fanatics who will hang on to his every word, and that alone will cause a ripple effect and will bleed out to the rest of the American people. And while I want to agree with Angel and think that nothing is going to come of this, we do live in a time period where Elon Musk is pretty much surfing. I think I made this joke before, where Elon Musk is surfing in the couch of the Oval Office right now, black jacket and black hat and all. So at this point, 2025, anything is fucking possible. On the other hand, I do agree, and I know this quote sounds cliche because I'm quoting straight from a movie, but that doesn't make it untrue. People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. And if this guy's and if any of his messages start carrying through to the powers that be, or the power, they are. The people should not be silent about it. They need to be fucking loud about this. I'm sorry. Democrats are fucking I have no faith in the Democrats. They're really showing how much they suck right now. I've been keeping up with a little bit.
They shot themselves in the foot.
Precisely. The American people need to fucking let their voices be heard. They shouldn't take this sitting down. And and I'd like to see and the louder the noise, the more people involved, the louder the noise. That will not only get the government's attention, but they'll realize, oh shit, we fucked up.
No, I really hope so, because we need to get on that shit as fast as possible, or as soon as possible. Otherwise, we might not be able to have a country anymore. And as crazy as it sounds, unfortunately, that's what's actually happening. Kyle in the chat, my ex-wife left our 6-year-old by himself in a home he's never been in before, mere hours after being dropped off. I only found out about it because he called me from his emergency phone. Oh my god, Kyle! That's fucking insane. You need, I don't know where your kid is, but I really hope, if there's any way possible, that if you can get if you can find a way to bring your child home, then by all means, please do. And
if that doesn't work, please call 911.
like for real, like I really hope that your kid is okay, and I hope that nothing happens. I had to take off like a bat out of hell to help him. Luckily, I don't know. Luckily, I know I couldn't trust her. I rented a hotel room in the same city because of shit like this. Smart move there, Kyle. Because no, you needed to get your kid out of there.
Yeah.
All right, Jose. So, what about tomorrow night? What you got?
All right, for tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind, which is every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Kick, join me and my tag partner, Mr. Juan Arouse, as we review three of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. On last week's edition, we discussed the NXT Roadblock and the awesome main event, a winner takes all challenge from two amazing women's wrestlers in WWE. The beautiful madness that is Julia clashing with La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. And we also talked about the main event of AEW Revolution, where it was the opposite of a classic main event, and it was more of a forgettable flop. So for tomorrow night's edition,
Moxley and Adam Copeland.
Yes, who are ironically we'll be discussing tomorrow night again. And we'll also be talking about the main event of this year's TNA pay-per-view event, Sacrifice, which happened last Friday in El Paso, Texas. More on that tomorrow.
I just noticed, by the way, Jose, all you did was change the background, and you swapped out Stephanie Vaquer for Trick Williams here for this week's plot. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, because the main event for this week's NXT is NXT Underground, where Trick Williams takes the fight to Eddie Thorpe, and I'll be discussing that more tomorrow.
Okay, but tonight's edition of AEW Dynamite's main event, it wasn't Jon Moxley. It was the match between what's her name?
Megan Bayne.
Yeah, Megan Bayne.
Oh,
and
my
Chris
God!
Stanley.
Oh my God! That's what you're more fucking annoyed about, Jesus, Juan.
Well, we gotta stay on top of our shit, don't we?
Juancho, when we get off this stream, we need to talk about your bedside manner.
You're not sick, so I'm under no obligation to be providing you a bedside manner. You're not my patient. That's what
I'm talking about your bedside manner.
No, Jose, that's what I'm saying, you dope. You need to listen to words. I said I am under no obligation to give you any bedside manner from me. You are not a patient. You are not someone who is sick and I'm convalescing you and I'm trying to help you get better. Like, that's not like...
Fine, Fine, then we'll talk about my bedside manner because you fucking sound sick.
What? Are you just trying to insult me? Am I high? No, I'm not.
Boys!
High. What the fuck?
Anyways, wrap up the show, please. Jesus Christ, Juan. You and your freaking... I swear, sometimes it annoys me that you're focusing on details.
Oh, I'm sorry. It annoys you that I focus on the details? Well, guess what? That was the whole point of tonight's episode of the Black Files. Is that
I bet you if I take a black Sharpie and if I draw a little dot on your monitor screen, you're going to be fixated on it.
Actually, yes, I would. Do you know why? Because that little dot's not supposed to be there. Just like Curtis Yarvin is not supposed to be involved in the freaking formation of the fabric of our fucking society. Because his idea is stupid. It is very, very stupid. The fact that I hyper-focus on little details is the reason why we're having this show. It's the reason why we're talking about this kind of shit. It's because sometimes those little details fucking matter. Sometimes those little details, you think it's annoying that I focus on it, and yeah, you're right, it may be a little bit annoying over here, but at the same time, it's fucking important to focus on the little details, because those little details, whether it's on the design of your thumbnail, or the design of our society, it can make a big difference there. Now, we can argue about whether or not the match between Megan Bayne and Chris Statlander is worthy of being a main event, but the fact of the matter is it was the main event, so going by your usual stipulation, that's they should be, one of those two should be on the freaking thumbnail. But we can have that discussion for another time. But as far as Curtis Yarvin goes, as far as this network state idea goes, this fucking, the worst form of tech business and fucking oligarchy all meshed up into this fucking weird ass 21st century feudalism where we fucking till the land of our vassal lords, and we're like, oh well, I'm being given the privilege of tilling this man's land, and someday I'll have land of my own, and it'll never fucking happen. But instead, like, now imagine that shit, and imagine it with fucking, with the fucking psychotic surveillance in Amazon, fulfillment centers surveilling your fucking employees and surveilling everything you fucking do as part of your daily living so you don't step out of fucking line. And imagine all that shit, and you're not allowed to fucking buy anything out unless you're paying for it with their with the fucking wiffle coin, whatever the fuck, and you have to use their fucking like proprietary app in order to do everything in your fucking life, and you're locked out of your own house, which isn't your house. It's gonna be the house of your Lord and Master Corporocon, and they're the ones who fucking own everything. That's where this shit fucking goes to. I may be fucking going a little crazy about it, but you know fucking what? This shit is where it comes from. There is no utopian or even, like, neutrally fucking platonic outcome for any kind of group, whether it's like a city or a state or a nation or hell, the entire planet, where this way of thinking, where this little philosophy of governance would turn out well. There is zero. Absolute zero. Motherfucker. So I, for one, am not going to fucking deal with that shit, and I don't think anyone else should have to either. But then again, that's just my fucking opinion over here. Oh, wow, Kyle. It's okay, girls, you're both pretty. Really, Kyle? This is
let's be honest. If Kyle didn't say it, I think Zayana Rose would have intervened and said something along the lines of that.
Listen. No, that would be mean if I said it.
No,
Should I say it anyways?
Please, say it. Say the weird thing. By all means, Zayana.
Girls, you two are pretty. But we all know I'm the prettiest. I told you it's mean.
Fuckers.
I mean, she's got his beat.
Oh my god, you got his beat. Fuck.
Yeah, you two are handsome. I'm the pretty one here. Sis also would, but she's sleeping.
I'll take it.
Kyle also said, I had to take off like a bat out of hell to help him. Luckily, I couldn't trust her. Oh, wait, I already said that. My bad.
You already read that.
Yeah, I already read that part. My bad. It's okay, girls. You're both pretty. Thanks, Jeannie Rick. Yeah. Okay. But, yeah, no, you better believe whenever it comes to these sort of crazy fucking ideas or any of these sort of wild stories from the darker side of nerd and geek culture, you better believe that we'll cover it right here on this show, the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, The Black Files, hosted by yours truly, Juan Arouse. Be sure to request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe to the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/RavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/RavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/RavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and notification bell right here on our flagship platform. What? Oh my god, the music wasn't playing. YouTube.com/RavensFlock. Double over the Black Files, those make us play Wrestle Rewind and the Ravens Flock. So for Jose Casabona, Zayana Rose cosplay, Dragon Fan cosplay, and Angel Mendez, I am Juan Arouse. This has been the Black Files.